Hey, hello guys, welcome to another episode of Frii Ghana with DJ Yoga. I've been telling you guys that this is the only spot that you get to discover, history and special places that we have in this country. Today's episode we are in Abokobi, and this is a very prominent place when it comes to, the history of Ghana. Presbyterian church started, all across the country, but this particular place called Abokobi plays an important role when it comes to the establishment of the church here. And today we are at the PWC, the Presbyterian Women's Center in Abokobi, just for you guys to see some of the important places here in Abokobi. We're going to take you to the churches, we're going to try to take you to the township, show you a little bit more of the stuff that you can actually find here. Why Abokobi is a very, very important place in history. Abokobi is a small town in the capital of, and is the capital of the East Municipal District, an MMD located within the Greater Accra region of Ghana. So definitely a good place to be. So we're going inside. All right, so we're here at the PWC International Worship Center, which is the Presbyterian Women's Center, which is a center that cropped out of the Presbyterian church that Zimmerman built here in Abokobi. And we're going to go to that church later, but right now let's go into the Presbyterian Women's Center and just take a look at the place, how it's become in today's day and age, and how a lot of people travel all across the world to come here just to experience the diversity and the opportunity they are creating for women all across the country. So let's go in now and check out the PWC Presbyterian Women's Center. This is some of the spots they have here. Let's get closer and read what is the inscription over there, just so you guys can see what really happens here. This is a place that offers a lot of opportunity for a lot of women in the Presbyterian church and some other people that are, out there. So this is actually the D.A. Cranton Hall. The very Reverend D.A. Cranton was the moderator of the synod of the church when the dream of such an institution came up. Initially, it was not easy to accept the idea since it was going to involve a lot of money. When the project took off, he gave his full support to it. It was during his term of office that the first and second phases were completed, dedicated to the glory of God, on October 30th, 1992. Let's all big up to this man. He was the one that uplifted this whole place into a modern place that we see. You can take a look at around. We're still in Abokobi, and definitely when we get to Abokobi, you can never talk about the history of Abokobi without showing or paying respect to this man here, Mr. or Reverend Johannes Zimmerman. And this is actually a monument that has been built in honor for this man. He is actually a great man who actually helped in the creation of this, whole place called Abokobi. And if you read the history, you understand that he was a translator who helped in the translation of the Holy Bible from Greek, Hebrew to the Ghana language, and among other things he did. This monument was erected here by former President His Excellency John Ejekum Kufuor. And if you check, you find out that Zimmerman is actually from Germany, and he was part of the BASEL missionary that came, after they were, sued. They had some issues. They had to relocate to the land that Andrea Rees bought here in Abokobi to start the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, which plays an important role when it comes to Abokobi Township. We're going to go and check out the church that was built by these missionaries that came to Abokobi years, over 2 centuries ago. This man right here, he was born in March 2nd, 1825, and he died December 13, 1876. He was a German, and he had a wife called Catherine Mulgrave, and he had 6 children. So he was also part of the BASEL missionary that came from Switzerland to establish the Presbyterian church here. That's right, we're still in Abokobi, taking a stroll and exploration in the city. It's a beautiful town, a beautiful settlement that was founded in 1854 by Johannes Zimmerman and some slaves, Christian slaves that left Osu to come and settle on a land, this particular land that was bought by the then BASEL missionaries, Frii, who were here in Ghana trying to spread the gospel of God. That was how this settlement started, and today you can look around, you can see this beautiful school building with a lot of school children. The Presbyterian Church has grown to even have a beautiful school here. Right from the days till now, it's still controlling the place, and I'm loving it. There's a lot of buildings, still a lot of old buildings here in the Zimmerman, place. We still here to show you something a little. This settlement was founded in 1854 by the missionaries of the BASEL mission. That's the BASEL missionaries for Christian refugees who had left Osu, former Danish Accra, around the Christian Bog after the British colonial government had bombarded Osu from the sea in response to the refusal of the inhabitants to pay the newly introduced head tax. So because of the tax that was placed on them, they decided to move from Osu to this spot under the leadership of Johannes Zimmerman. So we are here today exploring, Abokobi, just so you guys can actually understand the role and the importance some of these towns play in our country. This is the Heritage Square at Abokobi, and this is where you get to have some information about some of the great people that started this settlement in the 18th century. So at the left side, you can actually see the role of missionaries who worked in Abokobi from the establishment of the church in 1854. So you can see names like Reverend Lamsa Singh A. He was like a reverend from 1854 to 1856. Reverend Zimmerman was 1856 to 1857. They had Reverend Hekai, Reverend Stangahai, Reverend Losha CW, Reverend Zimmerman C, Reverend Scale E, Reverend Wayful F. It goes on and on to Reverend Boyna H. These are all great people who helped build this beautiful settlement or town called Abokobi, and it goes on and on from the 18th century down to 1950. And there's some other, important things over here. You can see the right side of the Heritage Square. It has some of the rows of chiefs installed in Abokobi since the establishment of this holy settlement in 1854. So in 1857, they had Ni Emmanuel Okpoti Kofi. He was the chief from 1857 to 1897. Ni David Akotia, he was the chief from 1897 to 1920. It goes on to Ni John Tete Carpenter. He was 1920 to 1950. We had Ni Frederica J. Obedeka from 1950 to 1993. He was the chief. And from 1997 till date, we have Ni Samuel Ajete Mohenu. These are all great chiefs who have helped to maintain this settlement and on and on. And the list of the reverend ministers that have partaked in this holy place, it goes on and on till today. So from 1854, you can see the list of all the reverends that have, it goes on and on and on and on, and the years that they did their thing, and it comes to even some recent days, as recent as 2003, you can find Reverend Boyefo Kwate R. You can find Reverend Chakle G.A. You can find Reverend Akron Ebenezer 24-2018, Reverend Edmond J.A. Mensa 2018 till date. So this is actually a heritage square where you get to understand the role all these great men have played in the establishment of this great town. There's actually a plaque over there that says the Presbyterian Church of Ghana It's Zimmerman Memorial Congregation, Abokobi, to the glory of God. This plaque was unveiled by Reverend Jonathan Edmond Mensah, District Minister, on 26 December 2021 to signify the commissioning of this heritage square. So conceptualized and originally crafted in 2017 by Reverend Ebenezer Akron, District Minister 2014 to 2017, and extensively refurbished by some members of the congregation, the Golden Friends, to commemorate the Ga Adambe homecoming in 2021. So this is the Heritage Square in Abokobi. Anytime you find yourself in Ghana and you want to actually understand the history of the BASEL Missionary, the Presbyterian Church, and how they were able to establish this town or this settlement, you need to definitely make your way here. We're going to check out one of the buildings that Zimmerman actually lived in. Presbyterian Church of Ghana property of Zimmerman Memorial Congregation. So this is like the first mission house that Zimmerman actually lived in, and the other Christian slaves they brought from Osu, they all started the whole mission from this very building here. We're just gonna go inside just to see how it looks currently. Just briefly, just how it looks currently. So let's just go inside and check out this building. Yeah, so finally we're here. This is the settlement, the first building, Atakwame building, that Zimmerman and the Christian slaves that relocated from Osu when they put a head tax on them. This is how it looks now, and there's actually people that inhabit it now, but this is where everything started about 2 centuries ago, 1854. That's a long, long time. So some of these walls that you see here, all these buildings that you see, they were constructed about 200 years ago. That should tell you sometimes how, we're able to preserve some of these important things for some of us to see. So you need to understand that the Presbyterian Church played an important role in the establishment of this very, very, very town called Abokobi. Yeah, we're still here in Abokobi Township, and as you can see, Abokobi Township still has some of the olden buildings that dates back 100, 200 years. You could take a look around, see all these organic clay Atakwame buildings. They still do exist here, even though there's been a construction of some roads and stuff around. You still see that the people still have the cultural, evidence. That's right. You still see evidence of, our forefathers actually living here and doing things here. And I think the progress here has been a little slow, as in transition from the olden ways of building to the modern ways of building. You still can find some modern buildings, in the Abokobi Township, but the main street, or the main street that we are on now, that is behind the Presbyterian Church, still houses some buildings that dates as far as 200, 300 years ago, and they are all happy living here in harmony. The town is very, very calm and very, very relaxing. We're now gonna go right here to check out the health center here. There's a Ghana East Municipal Health Directorate here, and this is actually the sign. Yeah, this is actually the sign. Ghana East Municipal Health Directorate, and it's very close to the Presbyterian Basic School, and it's right here. The Presbyterian Basic School spreads all around the church. They have the primary, the JHS, the nursery, and you could see how passionate a lot of these kids and students are when it comes to it. So this is the Health Directorate office. It's directly opposite the school, and it's very, very nice. As you can see, it's more like a simple clinic. Yeah, here. And this is also a very important place in Abokobi. This is the East Municipal Assembly, Abokobi Zonal Council, Administration and Accounts Office. As you can see, that is the Birth and Death Registries Office, and that's the Immigration Office. There's a whole lot of government stuff around this vicinity. There's a library behind there, and there's a kindergarten school. But basically, you find the Abokobi Zonal Office here, and also the Immigration Service, the Ghana Immigration Service, Abokobi Municipal Assembly, also right here. We're still taking a tour through the Abokobi Township. This is Mifri Ghana, the authentic source of history, facts, and information about cities and towns and places in this country called Ghana. We're just going to take you on another, stride to the next part. So this is the hospital. The first place that we went was the Health Directorate office, but this is actually the clinic, or let's say the CHIP compound, or the hospital of the people of Abokobi. It goes spreads down there. As you can see, they have their OPDs, and they have everything here for the people. You can actually come here whenever you are in Abokobi and you're not feeling fine. You just have to come here and receive treatment. They have nurses, doctors, and everybody here at the spot. We're gonna move further into the town and show you some other things that they have in this city or town called Abokobi. If you come Abokobi, one of the most popular place where you go get better commie chop, the Kenke House. You did the stretch top on your way to the Presbyterian church. You go see say then get everything for you. Apart from say Kenke self, then get fufu for you. So me and Godfred, once you say we go free experiment, the local food in Abokobi. You understand? As we come, we for chop what the people they chop some. And that's what we are about to do here on Mifri Ghana. Showing you a lot of stuff in Ghana, making sure so you guys have an idea of some of these towns you've never been. This is Abokobi for you, and this is Kenke House, one of the eateries, popular olden places where you can get better come to chop. Yeah, we're still here in Abokobi, that's right, taking a tour. When said yeah, no Mifri Ghana, Tremo Nyema, I walk Abokobi ne. Now this is actually the path that leads to the Presbyterian Church and the Women's Center. Udu Abokobi, Abeka said Oko Council. This is the road that leads to the council here at Abokobi. And around here is actually like the central business district of Abokobi. On my left here, you can see the Abokobi post office right there. And at the far end, that's the Abokobi police station right there. And it has the Abokobi market also there. There's some really nice place. Godfred, come and check this one. You see, this is a guest villa. It looks like very old and Asian. It looks like a place people can enjoy some nice food. You have a reception. It's currently closed at the moment, but it's called Guest Villa Kitchen. There's some other, beautiful places. We showed you the Kenke House, and the park is also there. The police station is there. Then the post office. We're also going to show you the bank. There's a bank here, the Abokobi Area Rural Bank. That is also on this main stretch. So when you get to Abokobi, this is actually like the central, business district, and it connects you to. This road connects to Agbogba, Hacho, then goes into Achimota and the rest. And this one that goes to the church also connects Tema and Oyarifa into Medina and the rest. We're definitely here to show you more and more at Abokobi with the Bisame TV crew. We're going to end our trip very soon here in Abokobi, but before we do that, let's just show you a little bit about. So this is the Abokobi market. This is where a lot of women in Abokobi wake up every day, come here, trade, and make some money to support their families and the culture. So as you can see, it's a really nice, neatly organized market, and it looks like it was built recently, and it's a very important place for the people of Abokobi. Whenever you are here in Abokobi, just come over here. You can get anything you want. You can get fish, food, rice. It's just always beautiful to be around here, to actually see real stuff, real content. And I really like the way the market is arranged. It's not too crowded and overly, you know, populated, and people are all, you know, receptive around here. So definitely whenever you come to Abokobi, just, you know, take a little visit into the market and just look what they have over here. It's a really nice, simple market that has everything you need. Abokobi is a town in Ghana that is actually a very religious and, you know, spiritually motivated place. People over here are very calm and disciplined because of the Presbyterian Salem system that started this whole place. Definitely going to this station now, just check out their transport system, and we're going to end our trip here at Abokobi. Yes, yours truly, Nana Kofi Boateng, DJ Yoga, definitely out here in Abokobi. We're going to end our little tour in the town of Abokobi. This is actually the Abokobi lorry station that a lot of people come and, you know, get buses and car taxis. It connects Oyarifa, Iburi, Circle, Accra. This is like at the center of the town, and it has a GPRTU office and everything that we really want, that you want to see in a very organized, centered town. Abokobi is a municipal district and definitely a good place to actually come and settle. You know, a lot of people are building new houses around here and relocating here. We're definitely going to end tonight or today's special edition of Mifri Ghana here at Abokobi, Inga East Municipal Assembly, and this is like a capital of the place. Definitely check out more facts, more history, more content, and you should definitely come here one day and see all this beautiful stuff they have here. We've showed you the culture, the history, and the heritage of the people here at Abokobi. Special thanks to Godfred, to Boat, and to Mr. Mensdakon, Mr. Cheba, for the entire family. We say thank you to everybody for being part of this. Bye.